welcome to Three Things at Three. We're so excited around here, and it's welcome back to Three Things at Three.
Oh my gosh, look at this cute set.
I know. Could it get any cuter?
No. No.
So happy to have.
I might
these
be a
great
little
kids.
proud.
I think there's good reason for that. What would that be, Allison?
I don't know, but I'd like to introduce you to 3 of my cutest grandkids.
Oh.
There are 10 of us, right? But I brought 3. So this is Cashton. Do you want to wave? This is Kaysen. Oh, sorry. This is Kaysen. This is Cashton, and this is Kaysley. I don't even know who's who anymore.
Fine. It's fine. Yeah.
They might be twins.
Oh my goodness, you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, you are definitely identical, boys. Yeah, who's older?
Me.
You are. You said that without a moment's hesitation.
Are you a year older?
No.
How old?
1 minute older.
1 minute older. All right, there you go. 1 minute older. Wow. So does he remind you of that all the time? Does he say, "I'm 1 minute older"?
Okay, come on.
Yeah. And then we have Kaysley with us too.
Who is really older.
Yes, she is. She is not one of the twins or triplets.
And she absolutely does not remind these boys she's older. She's my sweetest granddaughter.
Oh my goodness, she is so adorable. Kaysley, how old are you? 13. All right. Well,
So somebody wanted to know if I brought you guys here in my purse.
do you know why someone would ask her that?
Because we're so small.
Because you're so
Because
small.
you're so small, but your grandma's purse is so big. She fits everything in her purse, for sure. Do you believe that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Uh-huh. Yeah. All right.
Definitely. Whose side are you on?
Well, we are so excited to have these kids with us today because all this week we are talking about the state fair and, you know, all the things that, you know, just remind you of the fair days. And I think one of those things has to be about showing the animals, right? Yeah, and you 3 are really, I would say, pros at showing the animals. What do you think about that?
Do you think you're a pro?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. He's like,
Yeah.
It's
What
easy
makes you a
peasy.
pro?
Controlling it.
Controlling it.
the
Yeah, you
animal.
can control the
Okay.
animal.
Okay. Now we have some photos of the kids. All right. So tell us a little bit about these pictures. Kaysley, do you want to tell us about what we're looking at right here?
Where? So that was at the fair, right?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
that was right after all of us showed, and it was really fun because like we actually placed like really high this year.
Nice. So what does placing really high mean?
It like
So in showmanship, it doesn't really do anything, but in market, it can like set your what's it called? Like when you sell them,
Uh-huh.
it can raise your money.
It can raise the money when you sell them. Okay, so, all right, so it sounds like you're raising these animals, and then what are you doing with them at the fair? Exactly.
kind of just like keeping them kind of, and then
Okay.
just like showing them and stuff.
So you get your sheep.
Uh-huh.
You get them when they're just little, right?
Yeah.
And you raise them all summer.
Okay.
You train them, you feed them,
Yeah.
and then you take them to the fair and you show them 2 times, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Kaysley, the first time you show them for what they call market. Market
Yes.
means that you're going to sell them at the end of the summer, right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Okay, so we're selling, it sounds like we're having some issues with mic issues with
Yep.
the kids. So Allison and I are going to do our best to
Yep.
just kind of repeat what they say. So, okay, go ahead. So you're selling them at the market, and in order to do that, what do you have to do? Because this is all new territory for me, you guys. I've never done anything like this before. So is it something that you have to work really hard at doing,
Yeah.
Kaisley?
Yeah,
Yeah?
I think so, but there's like some people that don't work as hard and like they don't place as high.
But maybe they don't place as high if
But
they
they-
don't work as hard. Yes.
Yeah, but
Mm-hmm.
I think you need to put a lot of work into it.
Absolutely. Lots of work that goes into this. So tell me, okay, now I'm going to get this mixed up. Who's Kaysen and who's
I'm Kason.
Kaysen? Okay, and Cashton. It's going to take me all day, and then I'll see them tomorrow and be like, whoa,
'Cause
out.
they'll change
Okay,
their clothes, huh?
Exactly. Okay, I'm going to ask you, Cashton, a question. This is a really tough question. But when do you get the sheep to start off with? When do they come to your home?
Like April.
In April, and are they, they're just babies, right? Okay, what do we call sheep when they're babies?
Lambs.
Lambs. Okay, so we call them little lambs. And then what do you have to do with those little lambs?
Walk them, feed them,
How do you feed them?
like green.
With what?
Grain.
With grain. Okay.
Grain and hay, right?
Okay. And so you have to do that every day, right?
Yeah.
They're just like children. I mean, we have to feed you all every single day, don't we?
We don't have to, but then you get a little hangry, right?
Do the sheep get hangry too?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, please feed me, right? Oh my goodness. Okay, so you're feeding them grain, and what else?
Hay.
And hay. Okay. Okay, so you were saying earlier that they have to walk beside you. How do you teach them to walk beside you?
Kind of just like every day you kind of just like get on their side and you just like kind of get them moving and they'll just get used to that.
So every
Really?
day you walk by the side and get them moving. You can't use a leash when you show them, can you? You have to start with a leash, right?
Okay,
Otherwise they
start
would
with
just
the
run off.
leash. Yes, okay.
But then you have to train them just to walk. And Kaisley, show us how you hold them.
So you just like that, like you
Just-
have one arm and you just kind of like.
One arm right under their chin.
Wow, okay. And they obey every word you say? Not really? Okay, so what do you have to do?
They don't
What-
listen at all?
What if they don't listen? What do you do?
You pray. What do you do if they don't listen?
You make them.
You make them.
You make them listen, just like children. You make them listen and they still don't.
I
It's a
know.
problem. But I bet you listen to everything your mom and dad tell you, right? Oh my goodness. I'm seeing in the comments, there's a question William has. Are there certain breeds that they raise for show?
So, are there certain breeds that they raise? Do you guys know the answer to that?
Pigs, sheep, steer, and goats.
Goats.
Okay.
Yep.
Wow. So is this something you are doing every single day all summer long? You are walking them, you're feeding them
We try to at least twice a day.
twice a day. Wow. Yeah, that's a commitment, isn't it? What do you think that teaches you how to be? Does that teach you to be like a hard worker, or
Yeah.
what do you think?
Because you gotta feed them like every morning and night.
Right.
Very responsible.
Yes, to
They
be
have water.
responsible.
You have to make sure they have water.
You got to make sure they have water. Oh, that's
Right.
important.
'Cause
Right.
Yeah.
Because they're pretty picky.
They're pretty picky.
Yeah.
Do you think it teaches you to be a great parent?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are really picky.
That's
They are
pretty
really
awesome.
picky.
How many years have you all done this?
Me too.
2 years, and same for you, Kaisley. And I mean, what else do you have to do? Do you have to like clean up after them?
yeah, you have to clean
too?
up after them.
Yeah.
Yep. Then when you go to
Wow.
the fair, you show them for market one day, and that's so that you can sell them, right? People come and bid. And then the next day, what do you do? That's called
Showmanship.
showmanship. And that's
Okay.
where not your sheep get judged, but
You
guys
get
get judged.
Oh my goodness, is that scary? Yeah.
was it scary?
hot and so you're like sweating and like looking at them, and you have to stay with them.
Sweating and looking at them.
Smiling.
Yeah.
You have to like
stare.
you have to like, look at them. You can't smile.
Oh, you look at the
judge-
judges and can't smile? Oh.
Yep, and they have to stand a certain
Can,
way,
can
right?
you give the judges a little wink wink?
You
can if you want to.
No, it doesn't help, does it?
Okay,
No.
so if you sell your sheep now, how much do you get for something like that?
How much money did you make?
1,100.
$1,100? That's amazing! Wow! What are you kids gonna do with that money?
Use it on a cruise.
Yes! How
They're
fun
going on a
is
cruise,
that?
Just in time to rest up to get sheep for next
Next
year. So show Kris your ribbons that you won, because they
Yes.
didn't just do well, but all three of them
Wow!
placed at the fair, right?
Woo, look at that! We got 4th place and 5th and 7th. Wow, that's amazing.
Okay, say the funny story about 5th place. Why did you get 5th place?
I took myself out.
You took yourself out. What does that mean?
When he points at you, that means you out. But he was just telling me to do my stance, and I thought he told me to get out, so I didn't do anything about it.
So you just walked out and we're like, where are you going?
And then when they told me that, I'm like,
Oh, I could have stayed longer. Huh? I could have stayed and had some popcorn or something.
I'm pretty sure if you get like overstood, you have to do it again.
Yes, that's
Wow. Okay.
true. It has to go back in for the grand
Well, a
champion.
lot of people out there, a lot of our friends out there are saying congratulations. So
Pretty
good,
dang cool,
good
huh?
job, all 3 of you. You know what a fun, enlightening thing. I was talking to these kids earlier, and I was just like, whoa! What this is again something completely foreign to me, but I'm fascinated with it, absolutely fascinated. And I think, you know what? Good job, kiddos. I'm really proud of you, and I bet no one is more proud than Grandma and Grandpa, though.
We're pretty dang proud.
Yeah.
I don't know. Their mom and dad are pretty proud, and they're
Yes.
pretty proud of each other. So.
Yeah, good job. Do you cheer each other on?
Absolutely.
I love that. I love
Yep.
that. Heidi said it teaches such good hard work and responsibility.
What's
And
your
I think that's
favorite
very
part?
True. Yeah.
So they do have a favorite part. What was your favorite part about showing sheep this year?
Probably selling them.
Selling them. Getting rid of them.
You're like, okay, time to move on,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
That's great.
Probably like putting them on like a stand, probably though.
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah.
like blocking them.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
That's
They were
pretty
telling me
cool.
that their neighbor actually has a treadmill that they walk their sheep on. I'm like, a
Whoa.
sheep treadmill? That's cheating, right? You guys are walking them out on the streets up the hill and they're putting them on a treadmill. I don't know.
That's pretty cool, though. Wow. Well, thanks, you 3, for coming and joining us on 3 Things at 3. Has it been okay? Have you been okay? Like, ooh, this is kind of a scary thing, isn't it? A little bit? Yeah.
Yeah.
I do this every day and I still get scared. So I promise you that. All right, friends. Well, I hope that brought a smile to you today, because it definitely did for me. And I think I've just been beaming from ear to ear ever since they walked in, and ever since Proud Grandma said, "These are my grandchildren."
I know,
and,
I
you
just
know,
love them.
Pretty dang cute. So,
Yep.
all right, we are talking about the State Fair all this week, and you know, we're talking about showing the animals, and so we might as well have a really great little project that does showing the animals
Right.
too, right?
Right.
So let's give a shout out to Miss Kyle and Crystal. They're over there waiting for us, and so here we go. Let's see, ladies. What you doing over there?
We're waiting.
You're waiting. You're getting ready. They do. They have a special guest, and this beautiful girl has grown up right before my eyes. Holy smokes! And we're going to be introduced to her a little bit later today as well. So, all right, let's go ahead and move over to Crystal and Kyle as they share with us this fun project that you can do on your sewing machine. And while we do so, let's take a look at a sneak peek of Gingerbread Christmas. It was just talked about today on What's New Wednesday with Kimberbell, and she got to show the projects, and now we get a little bit closer look. And you can sign up for it virtually here at my girlfriend's quilt shop. So let's take a look at that, and we'll see you over
Say
at
goodbye.
Theme 2. And bye, kids. Thanks for joining us.
All right. Yeah.
Hello.
Wasn't that cute?
That was cute. I don't know if we can compete with that,
I
Kyle.
know. I know. But we were
We'll
black
try.
and white.
We did.
Yes.
So for a reason, no, we didn't plan it.
No,
we did
not
not
at
plan
all.
this, you guys. But we are going to show a really cute design that Kyle came up with, and she made one. You want to show yours,
Okay.
Kyle? So this is for Fair Week, and you know her and her cows.
Yes. I'm going
So-
to put it right there.
So that's
where I should?
Kyle's. And I took the same design and I just made it a little bit bigger.
Good job.
So we made 2 different size bags.
I like
so
'em. That's
this
a really
is,
big one.
Isn't that cute?
Yes.
So
that's
she
the
did a
new
great
Kimberbell
job.
bag. Is that a
It
newer
is
one?
I think it's 18 by 20. I'm not exactly, well, look,
cute.
it's right in front of me. It is 18 by 20. So yeah, it's the Kimberbell. This is the dark gray. They also have the avocado.
Nice.
So we are going to be featuring that on 3 at 3 today.
So we're going to give some tips on how to do
So we are going to do some tips on applique. I don't think that you can ever know everything about applique. I think it's one of those things you can always learn.
these? And
something.
you can express yourself with different ways.
Absolutely.
There's no right or wrong way, is there?
I don't think there is.
I don't think so
I don't.
either.
And I have so much fun playing with applique, playing with the different stitches on my machine. And you're actually going to show us, help me out on showing that, and then you're going to show us a little bit of free motion type stuff.
Because
you
I'm
know?
so good at it.
You love it. You
I
love
do.
it.
I do. I love it. Love it.
So I wrote up a little sheet that is about raw edge applique tips, and we're just going to go over some. So I'm going to move these right now
Okay.
and just show some of the tips that I think are absolutely helpful in doing this. So the first thing is,
You're right, William.
You wanna-
We have chased cows this week.
so the first thing you want to do is your fabric that you are going to be appliquing onto.
And what we have is the canvas.
We have the canvas, so you don't
Okay.
necessarily have to put a backing, but I like to put a fusible stabilizer. Kimberbell has great fusible backing.
Yes.
That is just iron on. So
And it's not too stiff.
that's what I like about it.
Mm-hmm.
It moves. I can take my fabric and wrinkle up, and it doesn't feel stiff. It doesn't make it crunchy feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them do. So this is really great. So you're going to just fuse a piece of the backing onto the fabric that you are going to applique onto. So we've done that. The next thing we're going to do is, if you're using a fabric that might show the
Yes.
design underneath,
And here's a disclaimer. On mine was just a prototype, whatever.
sample, practice.
A practice one. So I did not back my fabric. And you can see. Maybe
Yeah.
we should show that.
Yeah, so this is why, I mean, if you look right here on Kyle's,
Mm-hmm.
if she had put a fusible backing behind, you wouldn't have seen that fabric
Right.
showing
I think
through.
I put some actually on
Up on the
this
top, it looks like
and the
it.
tongue.
Yeah, so always use it. It's not that big of an extra step. And I just did a little sample right here that kind of gives you the idea that If you look here, this does not have the fusible on the back of it.
Oh,
You can see the
difference.
stripes through it. This one does have the fusible right here.
Makes a
And
difference.
so you can definitely tell. So that's another tip. Make sure you do that. So then the next thing you're going to do is we like to use a, I don't know what you would call it. We use Heat and Bond. Heat and Bond's a favorite of mine.
Bond Light?
So yeah, it actually bonds your applique piece to your fabric.
Can I tell you one thing I did one time?
Absolutely.
I did not get the correct stuff, and it would not peel the backing off.
Oh, how frustrating.
I was in tears, and I had to throw it
That's a
away.
lot of work to have something like that
Yeah.
happen.
So be aware of what you really want.
Okay.
The Heat and Bond Light I haven't had any trouble with.
No, I like Heat and Bond Light. That's one of my favorites. So what you're going to do is it has Heat and Bond Light. It has a smooth and a rough side. You're going to trace onto the smooth side.
And be aware if you need something directional. Oh, okay.
Absolutely. No, go for it.
If it has to be directional, you've got to reverse it.
You do.
And watch your patterns. Sometimes they will reverse it for you, sometimes they will not.
Alphabet, numbers, all that kind of stuff. You really
Yeah,
want
be
to pay
aware.
attention. So then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a pencil. I'm going to trace my piece. And this is one place that a lot of people make mistakes. They want to take it and just cut right on that line.
Oh, yeah.
And then you're going to have a hard time because you're going to have to try to cut your fabric out right on that line to
I do
get
a
your
rough
edges
cut.
to. Absolutely. So you're just going to take your scissors and you're going to just rough cut right around that design. Leave, quarter, eighth an inch around the design. And then I'm going to hand this to Kyle, and she is going to iron this onto the wrong side. So you're going to
So
iron
it's
it
the
onto
side that has a stabilizer.
Right, you're going to iron right onto there. So she's going to iron that right on.
And I've got the paper side up.
Absolutely. The smooth side up, the rough side goes onto the back of your fabric.
It really doesn't take too much to press it, but it'll be hot. And I
Okay.
always just check the edges, make sure it's down.
Okay, and now you're just going to cut that out. So now she's going to cut. Do you want to do that, Kyle? You're
Sure.
just going to cut right on the line that you traced on.
Oh,
And I think another tip, and I put this in your tips, the best thing is to use a good sharp pair of scissors. These are actually,
these are my favorite.
these are Karen Buckley. They're Karen K. Buckley Perfect Scissors, and we carry these on our website and in the store, and they come in both small, medium, or all three, small, medium, and large. Perfect scissors, because they're serrated.
we both learned this when we did collage quilts, didn't
Yes.
we? Yeah.
So this is a great pair of scissors to get if you like to do applique, because it cuts a nice, even, smooth line. You don't end up having cut marks.
I'm really slow.
You're fine. Doing a great job, Kyle.
Thanks.
We should have traced the even
I
easier
thought
one.
we were gonna,
We were. I told her, let's trace the easiest one.
and I'm not worrying if I get it exactly on there
No.
because it's a shape. I'm not connecting them.
And one of the things when you are a beginner in doing applique, take some simple shapes that have large curves in and out and practice.
Yeah.
Because when you're doing your
Takes a
piece
little
that
bit.
you want to save, you want it to look nice. Okay,
you
so
go.
we've cut that out, and then what you're going to do is you're just going to peel that right off of the back. Let's see. Actually, it's peeling off of our.
Oh, it's peeling all the way?
Nope, I got it. There we
Good.
go. So you're going to end up having a shiny side. So there is a nice shiny side to your heat and bond, and that is what you're going to iron the shiny side down right on top of your
So
main
your
fabric.
right side of your fabric,
Yes. So I always say shiny side down.
right? Okay.
And so there's a couple of other things
Ah.
that you can do to make sure your edges are nice and smooth. Is it adhering?
Yep, there it went.
Good job. And one of them is, I like to say, the smaller the pieces, reduce your stitch size down. That's going to hold it better, and it's going to prevent a lot of fraying.
Then that is an only thing you see.
What's that?
That isn't the only thing you see is the stitching.
Right, yeah. So if you look right here, we've pressed that on. So now what Kyle's gonna do is she's going to just go around. Which stitch are we using, Kyle?
Blanket stitch.
I think we picked a blanket stitch.
Let's see. Let me see.
Yep. So go right back to 2.
Yep.
And we're on
See,
a
on my machine,
2.03.
it's a different one.
And I like to, when I'm starting, I don't ever start on a corner or a curve. I like to start on more of a straight area, then you can get it. So I'm going to give this to Kyle, and she's going to start just doing a blanket stitch on the outside.
Now we are using red because we want it to show.
I want it to show.
You could either make it show or blend in.
Absolutely. So you can use a contrasting thread or a blending thread.
Also, when you're doing a blanket stitch, you've got to make sure you've got on the right foot so it's open.
That's
Why
true.
do I know that?
Yeah, don't use your 1/4 inch foot on
No.
something like this.
No.
So
And-
she's locking it, right?
Oh, yep.
So you always want to lock your stitch so it doesn't come out in the beginning.
Okay.
And I
And
think
you
when you're
just
doing
go
this,
slowly.
isn't blanket, zigzag, or straight stitch like the most popular ones?
Yes. I'm
You-
not good at zigzag. You won't get me to do a zigzag.
Really?
No. No. Mine is really, really ugly.
So one thing I do want to point out, so our machines, the nice thing about our machines, it has a pivot foot on it. Baby lock, that's one of my favorite features of a baby lock machine.
See that?
So when she stops, the foot automatically comes up halfway.
Yeah, because if I need to turn,
Yeah,
the needle's still there.
it keeps the needle down in your
That's
fabric.
what, I can't buy a machine without that.
Yeah, I love that feature of pivot foot. So when you stop, do you stop on the outside or the inside?
Outside?
I do too. There are
Okay.
people, different people have different methods. I like stopping on the outside.
Yes, because if I move it and it's on the inside, I could get a V.
Yes.
Yeah. I could get a V anyway.
And then one of the things that they always say is really important in doing these stitches is keeping it perpendicular with the design. That's a
Yep.
big word for me.
Yeah, it is.
So you always want your stitch to stay even all the way around with your design.
It's a little nerve-wracking on camera.
We don't have to do the whole thing, Kyle.
Okay, thank you.
It's just showing.
Also, we have changed this. Did we change the side? No, we did not.
You can change the length and the width of your
Which way
stitches.
is the length and which way is the width?
Well, play with it and it'll show
Okay.
you.
I'm going to move the length and I'm going to put more length. Watch my stitch there. It makes the bite that we're doing wider.
Yep.
And then if I wanted to do a bigger bite, look at how big I can get that. All depends what you want. Okay, we're going to try this.
I love that
Oh,
you can see it
yeah.
on your screen.
Yeah, I went outside the design because we switched it all.
I would say that's kind of big.
Yeah, but I wanted them to see the difference. Okay.
So you know what I do is I take a scrap
Show 'em
piece
how
of
big
fabric.
that is.
Yeah, that's a little too big, right?
Yeah, I would not
Yeah.
do that one. Oh,
But
maybe they can't see it too well.
If you take our scrap piece of fabric, we played a little bit prior to starting and just played with a couple of different sizes of the stitch to see what we liked best. And that's,
And there's a little bit of, there's a couple different blanket stitches that you can do because this one went back and forth and
Yes.
some of the others don't.
and this one is just a single and this is a double. So
I like the
yeah.
double.
Do you? It gives more detail to it. It
Yeah.
shows up a little bit more. But
Okay.
yeah, so that is just some tips on doing a raw edge machine applique. Like I said, use all
Test
different
it.
stitches. Yes.
Test your width and your length.
Play with it a lot.
Yep.
And then, so Kyle also, and we have not set up this machine really for a free motion right now, but you can put the feed dogs down, put a different foot on, and you can actually do you use this foot for your free motion, Kyle?
No.
Or do you change the foot?
I never do free motion.
Okay, so I like to change the foot and use, there's actual free motion foot that you
I'm
do
going
have.
to get
You
it.
can change it to the quilting designs on your machine. It drops your feed dogs. And you can actually just do free motion quilting on your
And
piece.
it showed up right here that I've got
Yeah.
the feed dogs
Yep.
down.
That's exactly
right
what-
here.
And that's the foot. It's showing you
'Cause I
also
pushed
what foot you need.
this button.
Yep. So it's a
Okay.
quilting design. So that's a really fun way to do
Can I use any
applique.
foot I want on the free motion?
I don't like to, number one, because that's open, and so I can actually see what's happening
Yeah,
as
because
I'm
I wouldn't be
quilting.
able to see in this.
Right, you can't. And you want to make sure when you're moving that you're not moving too fast because it can move your needle into your foot
Ooh.
if you're going too fast.
Okay.
So go nice and slow,
Practice.
steady. If you're doing free motion, I love the stop-start button. I take my foot pedal off and I use my
You do?
stop. I unplug my foot pedal from here.
Really?
And I use my stop-start button on the front of my machine.
Why?
Because it's a steady, consistent stitch. It's not my foot regulating my stitch.
Oh,
And so
that
it
makes
just,
sense.
yeah, it helps a lot. So then all you're thinking about is moving your fabric while you free motion.
Also, if you don't have too big a foot like we've got on right now, it's not rubbing against the
Absolutely.
fabric.
Yeah. Yeah. So those are just some fun tips.
Good job.
Any
Good job.
other ones that you have, Kyle?
Go slow. I turned the speed down on my,
Oh,
my
that's
stitch
true.
speed a little bit because I didn't want to go too fast and my foot relaxed down
Mm-hmm.
on the pedal and then it takes off on me.
Yeah, yeah. That's the thing is you start thinking about something else and all of a sudden you feel your foot's pressing too hard
Yeah.
on the pedal. The
Yeah.
one other thing I want to remind is make sure that your tension is correct on your machine when you are doing these. You don't want to see, especially on these decorative stitches, you don't want to see that bobbin thread on the top. So make sure that you have an even tension between your bobbin thread and your top thread.
And if you don't, here's my tip. Use the same kind of color bobbin on the bottom.
I love it.
Make them match.
Okay. I don't think that we have.
Don't
let's
do
see,
free motion.
It's
It's
too intimidating.
You know what? I
Yes.
did it the other day with Sherry, and I want to do it, but I've got a few things I got to get done first.
Yeah.
Because it was
Yes.
really fun.
I
and I
have-
think
I have a
on
lot of
this
fun doing it.
cow, it'd be really, really cute. Because I didn't want a absolute line. I
Yes.
wanted him to have like hairy stuff all over him.
Be able to see it because halfway through I thought I should have used contrasting thread, but
Oh,
I
you
did
stitched
use
over
it
him.
all over on his body. I just did a
good
free
idea.
motion all over it.
Good idea.
So it was fun. And then here on his nose, I just kind of did a free motion, just going around and around and around and on his tongue.
That's cute.
So yeah, you can use it to fill in spots. You can use a different stitch on different parts of it.
Okay.
Okay,
I like it.
so I don't think we have any questions.
No?
So
We
yeah,
must have
that's
done
some
really
tips.
good, Crystal.
So we do want to show, we have the raw edge applique tips.
Yes.
We have the blanket stitching, which Kris brought this one. I love this on our website. And then thank you, Kris. She made up the pattern for us.
Nice,
So we
nice.
also have a pattern. And then for 3 at 3 this week, we're featuring the Heat and Bond Light and the Kimberbell totes
And we do have the scissors
on the website.
on the website.
Yeah,
Okay.
and highly recommend those.
Absolutely. If you've
Okay.
never cut with these, try it.
Yes, yes. And I love
Variegated
Williams.
thread.
Variegated
Yes.
thread. That would be
a
really
good
fun
idea.
with it. Yeah. So thanks for joining us.
Yeah, that was good.
Hey, yeah,
that was good.
fun.
You did a good job.
Okay. And
All
we are
right.
going back over to another special guest.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
excited.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Hi everyone, it's Kris from My Girlfriend's Quilt Shop, and today I want to share with you a little bit more about the thread we absolutely love, and it's called hemmingboard for the embroidery machine. So if you take a look at this little spool, it has a plastic cap over top. Well, a lot of people think that this looks great, but you have to take it off while you're stitching out, and that's not the case. So actually you can keep the cap on, and this can go on your machine vertically or even horizontally. When you're finished, simply take the little rubber topper and snap it back on, and just go ahead and trim your threads. Now you don't have messy threads all over your sewing room.
All righty, welcome back.
Yay.
Crystal and Kyle, first off, I have to say, did you both get the memo of wearing
We
the
did.
black and white with the black rimmed glasses? Like, nobody told me this.
And the kind of white hair.
I love it.
Yeah,
You
we
guys are
had to laugh when
matching.
we saw each other today.
I forgot something over at the other place.
Oh,
It's
And
a
we did
surprise.
not plan to wear this,
No,
especially
well,
since we were talking about black and white cows
It's
today.
very fitting, I would say. And another thing that I know, Kyle, that's very fitting is what you just grabbed. What you got there, my friend?
Okay. One of the friends, girlfriends at the warehouse gave me these, and I was going to share them with you guys.
What are they, Kyle? What are they?
They're gummies.
Gummy cows.
Yes.
Okay.
There you go, Bella.
I like
Black
it.
and
I
white.
like it.
Black and white gummy cows. How cute. Mine's jumping over the moon.
Hopefully they don't taste like meat.
That'd be gross.
Yeah. All right. That's pretty cool. Fun project. Thank you so
Wasn't
much.
that
And
fun?
those were
Good
great
job.
tips you shared
Thank
as well.
you.
So thank you,
did good.
Crystal, for that. And you can find those downloads again on our website under new releases, and all through those downloads for you today are free
Get out.
to everyone. So you've got your tips and tricks for raw edge applique, you have the blanket stitch applique tips, and you also have your download for those of you who want to make that adorable little cow applique on the sewing machine only on this one. So the whole idea behind today was to show off applique on your sewing machine, and I thought you did a great job.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
thank you so
Had some
much.
great tips.
And I had to tell you, we're pretty excited around here because, you know, for theme number 1, we had Allison's grandchildren, but for theme number 3, who else do we have in the house?
My granddaughter.
Yes, your pride and joy,
Yes,
right?
Absolutely.
This is Miss Bella. Hello, Bella. You're like, yay. I'm so excited. You are so beautiful. When you came in, I said to Kyle, that is no way that's Bella, because I've known you for a long time. And how old are you now?
17.
Oh my word, I can't get over it. You're 17 years old?
Yeah.
Senior in high school?
Yep.
Oh my goodness gracious.
a senior.
Wow, girlie, you are a senior and you've grown up so much. And you have been a part of, you know, raising steer, right?
Yeah.
And doing that your whole
Chris,
life?
do you know what a steer is?
Yeah, it's in the cow family. I know you're going to remind me of something years ago that I said. What is that? No, tell us a little bit more about what you do. You know, over here.
It's basically like every other animal. It's just a lot bigger and a little more harder to control.
There you go.
I think we work with steers a lot longer than most animals.
Really?
Because I think we'll get them about probably next month or the month after, and we'll already have them halter broke. And yeah, the first month that we get them is halter breaking them, and then from there on we're just walking, feeding, getting them ready for next August.
Wow. How do you halter break?
Sometimes you have to catch them.
Your grandma talks all the time about chasing the cows. Is that the same thing?
Kind of. Sometimes it can get a little crazy because you have to rope them and put the halter on, but sometimes they're nice about it. But
How long does it take to do that?
sometimes they'll take really easily to the halter, but
Yeah?
sometimes they'll fight it a lot and trying to rip it off. But halter
Wow.
breaking is kind of hard sometimes.
Wow. Wow. This is incredible. So you learned as a young girl. Like, how old were you when you started this?
I think 8.
8 years
9,
old.
yeah.
Okay, 8 or 9. So you've been doing it for a little
A
while.
while, yeah.
What do you think is the biggest lesson that you have learned over the years in being able to, you know, be a part of a program like this?
I think it takes a lot of hard work and discipline because it's hard to get up and go feed this animal every day and go walk him. And steers take a lot of work because it's an everyday thing, going and feeding and walking. But yeah, it takes a
Wow.
lot of discipline.
When you walk, how long are you walking at a time?
About an hour or 2 a day.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow, that is a lot of
they
time.
need a lot of work. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You don't want to go in that ring, and they're wild.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've seen some wild
Do
ones.
they have to stay right beside you just like the sheep do?
Kind of. You teach them to walk with you and when to stop when you stop. there's a lot of things you have to teach them just to like know what you do and follow you. So
Wow. Okay.
And you hold them right by the chin, right?
yeah, you have to
I've
like
never
keep
done
your
it.
head up and yeah.
Oh my goodness. Do you ever ride them? Is that a dumb
Oh
question?
yeah, you can.
You can?
I
Okay.
definitely have, yeah.
Do you get on and say giddy up?
Yeah. You want to
Sometimes
come
they're tame
out?
enough. Yeah, you
You
can.
could, you could if you
We
wanted
could give
to.
you a ride, Kris.
Oh, that would be fun. I don't know. Oh my goodness. Okay. Wow. Well, this is amazing. So you started in 4-H as a young girl,
I did, yeah.
and now you're a part of something else. What is it?
I am. I'm part of FFA now.
Okay. So
Show
tell
your
us the
jacket.
difference. Yeah.
So,
And let's take a
yeah,
look
this
at your
is my
jacket. This
jacket.
is beautiful.
Ooh, wow.
This is what I have to show in a 90-degree heat,
Oh.
so it's pretty hot.
Uh huh.
But FFA, it's an organization. It's a different than 4-H. 4-H, they do a little bit different things, but FFA, I can kind of get to do my own thing a little bit more. 4-H is more of like a club thing, like you have to have a bunch of people in your club.
Yeah.
But FFA, it's through the school,
Okay.
through Mountain Crest, and that's just what I get to do through FFA.
So do you see yourself doing this for a long time to come? Like, what's in your future plans?
I think this is going to be my last year next year.
Uh-huh.
This will be my last year showing.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, I think I'll be done after that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to be able to raise animals, as, you get older? Is that going to be a part of your life?
Maybe at some point I'm thinking about maybe doing that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I have not influenced her at all.
Yeah, apparently you haven't.
Because she'd definitely be saying no.
Yes.
Oh yeah. No.
Wow, that is.
She was
that is
also
so
a leader
interesting.
in the FFA.
I was.
Really?
Last year I was the vice president, and this year I'll be an area officer. So
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And for those who might not know what FFA stands for, what does it stand for?
Future Farmers of America.
That's perfect. Yeah. That's amazing. And your dad does it as well, right? I mean, he's a farmer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does the animals,
So
the cows.
you've learned a lot of lessons growing up, I
have,
would say.
Yeah.
So hard work, dedication. What else would you say?
I think hard work is just a big one because
It
even
is.
in the winter time, having to go feed those animals,
That's what I was
it's
gonna
terrible.
Yeah.
It gets really cold real fast.
Well,
They have a lot
I'm
of compassion
impressed.
for their animals.
Oh, I bet you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really hard the last day of the fair when you know your best friend's
Aw.
gonna go off
Oh, I love
to
that.
the butcher.
We don't really do that.
Don't say that out loud.
There were a lot of years with tears when she had to separate from her steer.
Every year,
I'm
every year.
Even now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so sad. I've had him for a year and then
Of course,
he has
you
to leave.
become-
Yeah.
Do they have personalities?
I think yeah, in some ways they're
Yeah.
they're like big dogs basically once you get to know them, and it's pretty sad, but yeah.
Oh my goodness.
They
wow.
lay all over them.
Oh yeah, I could totally take a nap with my steer some years. Really? Oh yeah, I have done
my
it at the
goodness.
fair.
Oh, that's so
They put
cute.
glitter on them.
Yeah.
You put
well,
glitter
Yeah, some
to make
years.
them shine?
Just for fun.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Absolutely. Like I said, fascinating. I'm blown away. And do all of your grandchildren do it, Kyle?
The twins have not done it yet, but they're
Okay.
all planning on doing it next
Are
year.
they? Yeah.
All 4 of them.
You have to teach them the ropes a little bit, right?
Yeah, yes.
Well, Bella, thank you so much for joining us on 3 at 3. It's
Thank
been
you.
so fun. And you are just growing into be such a beautiful girl inside and
Thank
out.
you.
And what are your plans for next year? You're going to graduate from high school?
Planning to go in college.
Good for you.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Wow.
Thank you.
Wow.
She was growing
That's
up, she
pretty
wanted
cool.
to be a vet.
Oh, do you still want to be a vet?
No.
No, not really. Not so
Not
much.
really. Yeah, it's a lot of schooling.
It
I'm sorry
is.
for.
Well, whatever you have in mind, I think you have really, you have great ambition already. We know that because I think any child who goes to this much sacrifice and work to be able to do what they're doing day in and day out. I mean, there's some really incredible lessons there.
Because she does it all on her own.
Yeah.
Nobody helps her anymore.
No, nobody's waking you up saying, Bella, it's time to wake up. You are having to do this on your own.
Yeah, I am.
That's incredible, and that's very commendable. So nice job.
Thank you.
Nice job. We need more Bellas out in this world, for sure. And Cashins and Kasons and Kinseys, right?
Good job on all those names.
Ooh, that was tough. Yeah. Now, don't ask me to tell those twins apart. I could not tell you them
She
apart.
has
but,
a brother and sister that are twins, too.
but they're pretty easy to tell
Yeah,
apart.
they're boys and girls.
No, they're not identical.
No. All right, friends. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's show. Appreciate all of you for being here with us. And, it's always so interesting to see how these different worlds of ours come together. And, I'm seeing in the comments that, some of you also were raised in 4-H, and some of you have children and grandchildren who have done that. I think it's just amazing that we can bring that side of life together with the things that we love in sewing and quilting. And that's really what 3 at 3 is all about. And so if you enjoyed today's show, we'd be so grateful if you shared it. And be sure and join us tonight in just a couple of hours, just a few short time away. We're going to be doing Comment Sold, so you don't want to miss out on that. In fact, I believe, I haven't seen her yet, but Amanda Niederhauser's in the house.
Oh, is she in the house?
She's supposed to be. So,
Yay.
like I said, I haven't seen her, but we will know it when we see it, because that girl is full of energy, and we cannot wait. So, all right, have a great rest of your day. Keep doing all the things you love, and hope to see you again real soon. Bye-bye.